Hello, Thought Palette friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm often asked how I stay motivated as an artist. And for me, my best answer would work for me is I set time aside for myself at the beginning of the day, even if it's for 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes gives me a moment to grant myself and set the time and the tone for the rest of the day. And I notice it makes a huge difference in how I approach my work and my attitude in general. Just writing down my thoughts, my intentions, and never putting pressure on yourself or on myself. Just try to do your best. And I prefer, for me, paper and pen. It gives me an opportunity to take a break from technology for a little while. For me, writing is a very meditative and peaceful kind of opportunity for me to really make that connection with myself. And usually after I write down my intentions and what creative intentions I want to do for the day, I will kind of close my journal out, and I will just kind of close my eyes and kind of meditate and visualize what I want to do for the day. And once again, I said, never put pressure on yourself. Nobody's perfect. So just kind of quietly in your mind, set the tone of, what goals and what you want to set for the day. And after I write in my journal, I grab my little sketchbook and create a drawing. And yesterday, with the warm, beautiful weather, I bought this little guy. And so I will draw him today. That's what I chose to do. And I loved his leaves. It reminded me of a starburst. And here's a glimpse of some of the sketches from a few days ago. And I will make a video of to share at the end of the month for you. But right now, we're going to draw in my sketchbook a lot of the what I'm going to do this morning of this little guy here, and it's going to help to shake what's called the cobwebs of this creative brain that I have here. And it's an observation. It's just to have the observation of looking into an object and let you drift into a meditation and relaxation state. It sets. It's almost like doing a mandala drawing. It's outlining and looking at the details. You're stopping to take a breath. To connect to your creativity is important to stay motivated. Looking at the object, looking at the outlines, looking at the plant that I have here, the little succulent plant that I have. Look at all the little triangles and how they connect together. Going back in and looking at the details and getting lost in that object. It makes a huge difference with your creativity. Most professors and art teachers always recommend to draw every day. And the reason you draw every day is to keep yourself motivated, creatively shaking off those cobwebs. And there are times where you're going to not want to draw. And that does happen with every artist. We do get lazy, and there are times where we just don't want to. There's nothing that does motivate us. But for me, doing this every morning, writing those intentions down, taking that time before we start looking at our Facebook posts, which we all do. I know I'm guilty of that as well. Before we turn on the TV and the news, and before we do anything, take those 5 minutes, a little bit of self-care for ourselves, especially, today with all the stresses. Taking those 5 minutes to yourself makes a huge difference, not only as an artist, but just, for ourselves in general. And you will slowly realize, it does make a huge difference. It changes your attitude and your perspective and what craft that you do. And for me as an artist, it makes a huge difference for me creatively. My attitude changed. It's better. I become more motivated and creative when I do these things in the morning. For me, normally I wake up between 7 and 8. For me, that's a more convenient time. For you, it may be a little later, maybe a little bit earlier, but it does work. For me today, it's this little plant. I decided to draw him. It could be a different object for you. Keep me a little sketchbook like I have here. It's very convenient. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be very detailed and beautiful. It could be something very simple. So I hope today I have motivated you and inspired you somehow. Please check out my YouTube page and the About section. As always, with creativity and imagination, there are possibilities. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.